Hi everyone, it's Emma. Recently, I have not really been reading manga. It has been probably a month since I finished the last manga I was reading, and that's totally okay. I think it is good to go through periods where you're reading different types of things, but I'm starting to miss it. It has been a little while now, so I decided that I would make a list of my upcoming manga and graphic novel / comic reads so that I would have something to look forward to and get me back into the habit of reading manga and graphic novels. The first one that I have here is Sailor Moon Volume 2. I talked about this recently in a video, but I have been watching Sailor Moon Crystal, and I read the first volume of the Sailor Moon manga and I loved it. I just kind of fell in love with the art style, and so I was wanting to read along with the manga as I watched the anime. I've heard that Sailor Moon Crystal is a lot more accurate to the manga than the original Sailor Moon, so I'm kind of hopeful that it will be nice to read along as I watch the show and get a little bit of extra content with this. What I like about this series is the art style. There's something really magical and glittery about it. The way their eyes are drawn, it's just kind of classic. I feel like Sailor Moon has a very specific art style, and I love that about it. It really captures the whole essence of the manga as a whole. The next manga is a new series that I want to start soon, and it is called Haven't You Heard I'm Sakamoto. This is volume 1, and I picked this one up on a whim in Kinokuniya one day without having heard anything about it. But I read what it said on the back and it just sounded really funny and entertaining. Model student, beacon of inspiration, gentle spirit of guidance, and friend among friends. You name it, Sakamoto can do it. He's your go-to guy for any problem, but not everyone takes kindly to his unflappable persona. Because let's face it, no one can truly be his match. And I just kind of liked the cover and like the view of him in his mode, in his element, and the idea of him being this very successful, like very unique personality. It sounded like it was going to be really funny, and I also really liked the way that his face is drawn on the cover. I haven't started this series yet, so I can't really say, but from flipping through it, it looks like the art style is really nice. I think the way that their faces are drawn is kind of unique. They have really, really unnoticeable noses. Like their noses don't stick out at all. And then their chins are very small and their eyes are a certain shape. So I really like the look of the art style, and I'm looking forward to getting into it. The next one that I have to talk about is The Complete Cheese Sweet Home Part 1. This is the story of this little kitten's life, and I've started this one like 3 times. I started it right when I got it. I think it was just bad timing because I really loved what I read of the first couple pages and it really captured me, but for some reason I just didn't continue it. Possibly because it is kind of a bigger one, so I knew that traveling it would not be an easy thing to fly through. But I love, love, love the art style. I love the coloring of this one. Just the fact that it is this sweet story about a little kitten and his adventures. I don't know. It's just funny and adorable and heartwarming. Like, look at that. Look how cute that is. It's so cute. Those are actually all of the manga that I have on this list, and now I'm going to talk about some comics that I want to read. The next one I feel like I have mentioned on my channel recently. It is Josie and the Pussycats Volume 1. I love Josie and the Pussycats, so when I saw this in the Strand, it just kind of called to me. I think it was sitting on like a women in graphic novels display, and I couldn't resist. And I've pulled it off my shelf a couple times to read, and I just haven't read it yet. I'm not sure why. I guess I just haven't been in the mood for graphic novels and manga. But basically, this is about Josie and the Pussycats, which are a girl rock band, and it is part of the Archie Comics universe. I'm not generally a fan of comic book style art, but this one does look really colorful, so I am looking forward to seeing if I like it or not. I just have recently been wanting to get into comics. I thought the Archie comic universe was a good place to start, and since I already love the Pussycats, I figured that this would be an even better place to start. The next one that I'm hoping to read very soon is Avatar: The Last Airbender, The Promise Part 2. I started reading these Avatar comics a while ago, within this year I think, and I read the first one and I never even picked up the second one. However, I loved the first one and I read it within 10 minutes on a plane. Recently, I have been missing the Avatar: The Last Airbender world, but I don't really have time or a place to rewatch the show, so I think that getting into these comics will be a good way to kind of satisfy that nostalgia kick that I really, really need. The Avatar comics follow these characters after the show ends, so it is a continuation of the storyline that we already had in the show, so I don't really know what it's about because I've avoided any and all plot lines for this long. I really don't want to know because it kind of is a canon continuation of one of my all-time favorite TV shows. I actually love the art style in these comics. I think they captured the feeling and like the essence of the show without being too literal. It still kind of has a comic book feel, but I feel like these are our characters that we have seen throughout the show. And the last one that I have to talk about, I hauled in my most recent book haul. It is Giant Days Volume 1. This is kind of the story of these 3 girls in their first year of college. They meet at college and they become fast friends, and I think it's the story of them going about their daily stuff, learning what it's like to be a college student. But I think that it has a very quirky feel to it. Like on the back it says things are about to get a little weird. So it must have a quirky feel to it, and also when you look inside at the art style, it's not like too girly, and I think that draws me to it a lot because although I sometimes love Sailor Moon, I also love this kind of look when we're talking about girls being friends and going to college and having adventures. So that is it for my little graphic novel slash manga slash comics TBR. I guess technically I didn't have any graphic novels on here, did I? Unless you count The Complete Cheese Sweet Home, because that one is a little bit like a graphic novel. But anyways, those are the comics and manga and whatnot that I'm going to read soon, that I'm hoping to read soon so I can get back into my manga reading groove, because I really do miss it when I'm not reading manga. If you have any suggestions, especially for summertime kind of manga and graphic novels, I would love to hear what some of your recent favorites are, as always, so if you want to, leave a comment down below and I will chat with you guys. Also let me know if you have read any of these and if they are your fave or not so much your fave. I hope you have a lovely day or night or afternoon wherever you are, whatever you are doing, and I will see you in my next video.